Hello Mavericks and welcome to today's currency recap. It is Thursday, March 21st. So today we'll be doing a review of the trading day. We'll be going through any meaningful news, taking a look at the broader market, some commodities as well. We're then going to look at the S&P 500, take a look at our proprietary currency baskets and see if there's any important news to close out the week. And we're going to end things off by taking a look at some potential setups and opportunities in the currency markets. Let's get to it. In this currency recap, we will be using some advanced technical analysis. We believe technical analysis is the fundamental skill of every profitable currency trader. Maverick Currencies is currently hiring serious technical traders for a trader position. Traders will trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits generated. So if you're a technical trader with a technically based trading system, we want to meet you. So click the application link in the description below this video. Now let's break down today's market action. Starting off with some market analysis. All right, so the big news of the day is that manufacturing PMI came in higher than expected and the dollar rebounded today after a very weak performance the day before, Fed Day. So if we're looking at our broader markets here, crypto still languishing, but I mean, after the parabolic rise that we've seen in many cryptocurrencies, it's not a surprise. The market's taking a bit of a breather here, but stocks continue their upward trajectory. S&P closed up today, as did gold, and oil slightly down on the day. Taking a look at our currencies, it's the dollar that's the big winner of the day. Second place, somewhat surprisingly, is the Aussie dollar. Then we have the loonie and the yen. The Kiwi also held its head above water today, but the Swissy deeply underwater, the euro a little bit, and the pound down a little over 0.5%. So as we take a look at our cryptos, we've got Bitcoin as being the biggest loser, followed by Ethereum down almost 2%, but Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin up each above 1% today. Now, as we take a look at our market outlook, not much has changed here. We still remain firmly in +3 territory. And look at this chart of the S&P 500. The market just keeps marching on. And I keep saying this, and eventually this is going to change, but not today. Today we still maintain that +3 rating. And taking a look at our news events. So tomorrow we've got some comments from Fed Chairman Powell. And unless he really says something out of pocket, I don't really see this being a huge market mover. But of course, the potential is there for some kind of misstep. As far as today goes, like I said, flash manufacturing PMI came in hotter than expected, as did the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. Okay, so taking a look at some currency velocity right now, we've got the dollar, the loonie, and the Aussie dollar all at +2, the Kiwi and the euro at -1, the yen, the Swissy at -2, and the British pound at a -3. As far as cryptos go, we've got Bitcoin at a -1, Ethereum at a 0, then Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin each at +1 respectively. So with that said, let's jump into TradingView right now and see what's going on. So with the Japanese yen basket, we did in fact run into that resistance I've been calling out for, and we've broken to fresh new lows. I'd expect now a pullback in the yen. Let's see if this pullback can get back to where we were trading maybe last Friday, which would be a really nice pullback, by the way. And then we can look for another leg lower. As far as the dollar goes, very impressive recovery. I'm expecting this high here in the dollar to break. All right, so that high is the Tuesday, Feb 13th high. I expect that high to break, and I'm looking for one more push higher in the dollar before we get another significant pullback. As far as the Swissy goes, we broke through support, and I think our next area of support is right around here. So we've tapped into that zone. Let's see if the Swissy can stage a bit of a comeback here. Technically, we're reaching oversold conditions. I like the idea of looking for a brief snapback in the Swissy, but that is a lower probability move. You know, we don't have confirmation of any reversals in the Swissy yet, so we have to keep an eye out for those before acting. As far as trending setups go, you know, you'd still look to play the Swissy on the downside, and pullbacks should be used for sales rather than buys. Now, as far as the euro goes, we did trade higher, and we're now tapping into this resistance zone right here. I'd be looking for a break of this trend line in order to start establishing more aggressive short euro positions. The pound broke out of this little pennant that we called out last Thursday, ran smack dab into this resistance area right here, and the market's turning lower. I'd like to see us trade back to where we were in middle of February, so right around here, and that would be a very nice downside movement in the pound. The loonie has surprised me a little bit. It's rallied a lot more than I would have expected it to, but this area has served as stiff resistance in the past. Let's see if that's the case. I would be very surprised if we break above this high here. This is a strong high in my view. If it breaks, then I'm going to have to adjust my expectations accordingly for the Canadian dollar. Next up is the Aussie dollar. This inverse head and shoulders worked wonders. We finally broke higher, ran into resistance here, and I think now it's time for the Aussie to take a bit of a breather. So with the New Zealand dollar, we got the downside move I was looking for. Let's see if we can start staging a bit of a comeback here. What's interesting is that the Aussie and the Kiwi dollars are slightly out of sync with one another. It's not a major dislocation, but it is enough of one where I think it is actually possible to trade the Aussie-Kiwi currency pair. So potentially, I'm looking for a reversal in the making there. Again, it's not the highest probability idea out there. I think if you want to trade the energy in the market right now, that energy is in the yen, it's in the dollar predominantly, and in the Swissy a little bit right now too. Okay, so in conclusion, we just want to always continue playing relative strength and weakness. By far the highest probability way of trading currencies. We want to pay attention to proper position sizing and, of course, always follow your trading plan. Thanks for watching, traders. See you next time.